What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Jerrett Swift Hurd. Jerrett Swift Hurd versus J. Rock Williams has been announced. The press conference was the day they kicked it off. These guys will fight for the WBO and the WBA. The IBF and the WBA Super Welterweight Championship. The unified champion Jerrett Swift Hurd was disappointed in the supposedly upcoming fight between him and Jermell Charlo. Okay. J. Rock Williams, he was the chosen opponent. And I feel that this is going to be a good fight because this gives J. Rock Williams a chance to redeem himself. He was knocked out in the fight between him and Jermell Charlo. And that ended real messy. He put J-Rock down, but J-Rock was doing a very good job with boxing. And people forget he has one loss, but he is a good boxer. Those Charlos are heavy-handed. Jerrett Swift Hurd, he does have punching power, but he doesn't have that like one punch pressure power or that one punch knockout power like those guys do. Jerrett Swift Hurd has that type of power that eventually puts you down by the accumulation of the pressure that he puts on you. So it's an interesting fight due to someone that can box like J-Rock. And honestly, I feel that that Jerrett Swift Hurd is looking over J-Rock Williams a bit because of, the other fights to come. So when you focus and you mention other fighters, especially when you have a fighter in front of you, that's a good indication that you're overlooking your opponent. But J-Rock can use that for his advantage because he did state that, that does give him motivation to be overlooked, to hear Jerrett Hurd mention other fighters other than himself. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, who's the target on? Is it on the person in front of you or is it on the person behind that person? It should be the person in front of you. You know what I mean? But Jerrett Swift Hurd, I have to admit, I label him the real boogeyman of the PBC because he does want to fight and he does want to fight everyone. He's that one fighter that does want to take on the best. You know what I'm saying? He called out Earl Spence. He called out Jermell Charlo. He wanted those particular fights. I feel honestly with this particular fight, he's talking about Jermell Charlo. He should give Erislandy Lara a rematch because he was, and that was mandated by the WBA to give him that rematch. Of course, Jerrett Hurd did have surgery. And of course, Lara didn't want to wait on him because, Lara's 35 years old. But I think that Jerrett Hurd didn't want to go through that type of fight again, fighting someone slick and crafty like Lara. So, therefore, he wants to fight bigger and better people like Jermell Charlo, which nothing's wrong with that because that's still another tough fight for him, I feel. And that's the fight we still want to see, but he still has to get past J-Rock. And J-Rock is no pushover. J-Rock's had some pretty crafty wins. He hasn't lost since. He's been on his game. He's picked himself up after the loss. And he's the challenger now. So I think Jerrett Hurd should focus on that person, on that challenge in front of him, instead of looking elsewhere. But of course, the first person would come to mind, I feel, should be Lara, then Jermell Charlo, because he owes Lara a rematch. Bottom line. But anyway, these guys are not shit talkers, so nothing was really out of the ordinary that happened in the press conference. These guys stated their claim. It is in Jerrett Hurd's backyard, mind you. It's in Fairfax, Virginia, which, Hurd is from Maryland. So that's just right there. That's, right down the street, so to speak, or right up the road, rather. Right? So it looks like it's going to be an action-filled fight. It's just the question I ask is, will it live up to it? Will Jerrett Hurd overlook this opponent? But we soon shall see. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Jerrett Swift Hurd versus J-Rock or Julius Williams. Of course, please like, subscribe, share, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.